Hello everyone and very good evening. Once again, welcome back to the session. So hope everyone is practicing Python and which is a leader, which is the best tool ever. So hope we are doing a good amount of questions with respect to loops. And today also we are going to continue with the same loops. And maybe if time permits, we can even start with nested loops here. So hi Shitosh and Bharat.
Hey, hi,
Hello,
Nidhi,
everyone.
hi, viewers.
Yeah. So yesterday Ashutosh was explaining about the break and the continue statements, the keywords we can say. So break, as we all know, the basic English, that is the advantage of Python. However, we are writing the code. So break is something which is helping you to give an exit to the loop. So generally when we say continue is, you are forcing it to skip the code for the current iteration and you want to continue with the next iteration of the code. So though the condition has met also, you are asking it continue, right? That's where these two keywords are very, very important. We use them in the loops to break or to continue, even if the condition is satisfied. So the continue forces the execution to jump to the other line of code, okay, where that loop is totally enclosed. Right? So the continue statement is used to skip the rest of the code, whatever is there inside the loop, for the current iteration only. For that particular iteration only, that continue is there. It does not terminate the loop, even if there is a next iteration, according to that particular loop condition. So today, I would like to ask Ashutosh, if at all I want you to skip,
Yeah.
right, vowels, one from one particular statement, like I like 360DigiTMG trainings, right? So if at all I were to ask you, continue is what I want to use the particular statement, in the particular code to skip the vowels. Can you do it, please?
Yeah, sure. So when we talk about vowels, we are talking about A, E, I, O, U, right? So you want to skip these particular letters
Yes.
in
Skip.
a statement, right? So I'm just sharing my collab over here. I hope the screen is visible to you guys. Yeah, is the screen visible?
Yeah.
Now suppose I'm saying for I in, say, I like trainings from 360DigiTMG, right? And now I say if I'm trying to skip the vowels over here. So I will take all the values which are there in this I, that is I like trainings from 360DigiTMG, and I will compare those values of I with the vowels that we are having in the English language, that is A, or if I am using comparison operator, EI, or I. Now I'm saying you want me to use continue, right, Deepti?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying continue. And then I'm saying print I, comma, and is equal to. Now here, if you observe Deepti, my task was to skip, all these vowels that we were having. That is A, I, E, O, U. in this particular sentence that it. And now if you see the output, all these vowels have been eliminated or skipped away. There is no vowel that you will be observing in this particular output. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, exactly. We want to skip the vowels, so you have used or operator and a
Mhm.
comparison operator, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So if at all it is iterating for all the letters
Mhm.
here in that, and it is comparing, and once it got something,
Yeah, it is just skipping that.
skipping that, and it's continuing with the rest of
Continuing,
the
yeah,
letters.
exactly.
Okay. So yeah. So for Bharat, okay, I have used a while loop. Okay. I'll just share my question with you people. Okay. So this is what I have. I think hope it's good. You are
Yes.
okay. This is a while loop I have used. Now, if the user enters, don't execute it. I want an expression for this. Okay.
Okay.
This as input. Okay. The user has entered this as the input. What will be the output of this particular code?
Okay. Let me go through the code first.
Yeah, please.
So here we are passing a value called password, a variable, and we are inputting a particular statement and saying enter the password. Okay. And we are starting a while loop and saying while password is not equal to Python. Okay. Then print, in that case, print try again. Okay. So you're passing the variable password is equal to, and then you are giving a input function, that is keyword. And then when you try to print welcome, okay, when you are trying to print welcome, or let's say you try to print, okay, since we have that a user has to specifically enter Python, okay, then it will print try again. Okay, that is because password is not equal to Python.
So why? There's only one small glitch in that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. What is that? This one and this one, right? I am entering
Correct.
this. We are
Right.
saying that.
It's case sensitive.
Yeah, exactly. So here you can copy this and just execute.
Okay. Let me execute this.
You can show our viewers if at all it is equal to Python. It will ask you again another input.
Yes. You want me to copy the code and paste it?
Yeah, one.
All right. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. And then I execute this and I pass.
It takes a minute because you have just opened.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it correct?
Yes. It is asking you to enter again. One more. You just enter small case P.
will pass, it will show this.
So till you give, it is running,
Correct.
iterating for a couple of times till it gets satisfied.
That is right.
Okay. Okay, Bharat, to continue with you only, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you can stop your share. I would like to share something. Yeah. But how this is going to work? What would be the output of this?
Let me take a look at it. Okay, you're passing a value, a variable D, and you are
A dictionary.
specifying
Yeah.
these fruits: orange, banana, and then you have also have kiwi. It is something like your key value pair mapping.
Yeah, dictionary, basically.
Correct. This is a dictionary basically, and then you're also using a pop item. Okay, and of course you have a while loop. So what is happening with pop item is it will remove one key value pair from this variable D. Okay, and what happens is it returns a tuple. Okay, and then the loop or the display or the execution is are the objects of a tuple. Okay, now if I were to elaborate this, once these values or key value pairs are removed, let's say they have been removed or the last key value pair has been removed, then you will have a empty dictionary, and then it will be it will give you a Boolean value as false. That will happen once there is a empty dictionary. That is after the last key value pair mapping or key value pair has been removed. All right.
Okay.
So in addition to that, I would also like to add that when this particular while loop terminates the values, okay, or the output of the following loop, the next loop. Okay, this is how it can be dealt with. This is one way of dealing with this.
Like to execute?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Let me execute. Are you able to see my screen? So
Yes.
I will start a variable. Let me do this. Are you able to view? Okay, there seems to be some issue. All right. So I will pass the fruits first. I'll say D is equal to basically dictionary is represented in flower brackets, and then I'll pass orange, or rather I'll say oranges. Okay, or then for this key my value will be 1, then sequential, and then I'll have another fruit, right? Okay, now this is my dictionary, right? And then I'll start a while loop. I'll say while D. Okay, what am I doing here is I'm using a pop item. All right, I would like to print pop item D dot pop item. All right. And then I will print. Okay, so here, since we are not giving any indentation, we should be careful about the indentation. So once I remove, or once I try to remove all the, in fact, the while loop will do it once all the key value pairs are removed. Let me say that we are done for the day.
So for each pop, for every time the pop item executes, one particular value pair will be deleted.
That is
Right.
correct.
Once the
Correct.
dictionary is totally got empty, it has to print done.
Correct.
So first while we has to print for us one root. Okay.
That is right. So here we do not have any key value pairs. So that is the reason it is printing this.
Okay.
This is what? Since you are using pop item.
Okay. Pop removes one value pair, right?
Key value pair.
Okay. And that is that returns the output as a tuple.
Correct.
So I would like to share one thing to the viewers here. Anything, whenever you are using any function and you don't have any idea what it is going to perform, so one of the easiest ways, do a help command on that particular function. So you will know what you want to pass to that particular whatever function you have. And the next thing is what it is going to return, what it gives as an output. Here it is returning us the output, which is it's a tuple output. Okay, so the while loop got terminated, and it is once all the elements are finished, it is printing us done.
Yes.
Okay, so Ashutosh, thank you, Bharat. You can stop your share. Yeah. So Ashutosh, we have seen while, we have seen continue with while, for with while, for with continue. Right, certain break statements. Now, do you think there is some use related to nested loops?
Yeah,
Are they
exactly.
important?
Yeah, definitely they are important. When we talk about nested loops are quite handy when we are having nested arrays or list that needs to be, looped through the same function. So that is where your nested loops come in handy. Even when you want to print different star and number patterns using rows or columns, again, you can make the use of your nested. We use for loop to iterate, on the given elements of a sequence or the iterable, like for I in list. Here, what is happening is the time complexity is O into N because we are iterating all the items from a list. The number of the execution steps, that is of iterations. Now these iterations that are determining the time complexity of a loop. So when you use a nested loop on both outer or inner loop, it runs without any if condition in it. So the time complexity that I was talking about is O into n raised to the power 2, because for all the n elements, the code is getting executed for n number of times.
N number of times.
Exactly. So if you just allow me, I would like to show that on Python as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, fine. Say here I'm trying to get a variable. And I want some arrangements. Nested, right?
So nested means you can have for in for, while in while, for with while with for.
I will be
Four different combis are possible here.
I'll be coming. So
Yeah, you
I'll
can go with
define a
any
variable.
one.
Count is equal to say 0. And say for I in number, for j in I. Print iteration, comma, your count, comma, and is equal to full print j and count is equal to count plus 1. So if I run this, this is the output that you are getting over here.
Yeah, Ashutosh,
So
maximize your screen a little bit.
yeah. Now is it fine?
Yeah.
So if you give a condition in the inner loop, that will stop executing after some elements. And it will not execute all the n iterations of the inner or the outer. So it will have less complexity. So we use a nested loop when you don't have any better alternatives. And one thing that we need to remember is that while writing efficient and compact code is far better than writing the complex code. So we need to remember that, right?
Okay, making the code complex is better that we use something which is better, like
Yeah, efficient and much more compact. So it is always good to go with that option rather than making the code more complex.
okay. Yeah, for in for, right? So
Yeah.
Bharat, can we use for in for, okay, for within one more for, to print a multiplication table? You have printed for one number, right? Can you print it for the first 10 numbers?
Yes, we can do it.
Printing a multiplication table, like using what Ashutosh has done, like, he said
Basically,
that
nested loops.
Yeah, using nested loops.
Nested loops. Okay, I can do that. From 1 to 10, right?
Yeah.
Let me share my screen. Okay, so first we are dealing with, okay, let me start with a for loop. I'll say for I in range. And then we have to remember that in Python, the range is always starting with 0 and ending with n minus 1. So I will pass 1, 11. All right. And then I will start a nested loop. Okay, see, that is the reason I do not use a notebook. And then I will say,
so the viewers also know that you are writing 1 to 10 tables, and such you are not giving 10, you have to give 11.
correct. Exactly.
The last number is always ignored.
Yeah.
For j and range. All right. So this is basically a nested loop inside a loop. 1, comma 11. Right? Here we need to be careful with the indentation, or else this for will have for this for.
So
So
the
that is the
first
reason
for is
indentation.
outer loop. The second
Correct.
for is the inner loop.
That is right.
You can say the nested loop, right?
Nested loop, correct. So what happens is it will the iteration is happening from 1 to 11. Okay, or let me put it this way, it is happening, the iteration is happening from 1 to 10 in this particular nested loop. Okay, let us move forward. I will say I'm using a print statement.
Meanwhile, you write the code. So the number of iterations here, friends, the outer for loop is iterating from 1 to 10. The range would return you 10 numbers, right? So the number of iterations of the outer loop is 10. So iteration means 1, 2, 3 till 10. For each iteration of the outer loop, which is from 1 to 10, the inner loop also should execute 10 times, because we are writing a table for multiplication. Right? So 1 tens 10.
Correct.
Right? So for every iteration, if I is equal to 1, the inner loop j will be executing 10 times.
Okay.
Right? So the inner loop is used to calculate the multiplication.
Correct. And then I will say print. Okay.
Okay. So you have to be very, very careful here, friends, with your indentation.
Let me execute this.
I think, but one print statement indentation is something I feel it's for the one.
Yes.
Print
Just
should
checking.
be.
Correct.
Our dear friend Bharat's webcam and screen is frozen. Bharat,
Yeah.
we are
There
missing you.
seems to be some issue.
Yeah, no problem. You can just.
Yeah, fine, continue.
Yeah. This should be fine. The indentation. Let us. Okay. Let me execute.
One more line, one more space. Second F,
Okay.
second P should be in the same line, no?
Yes. Let me just fix that.
There is some lag with Bharat.
Bharat, we are missing you again, our friend. You left
What
us.
is it?
Yeah. We are missing you. We are not able to see you.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, that is fine. We can continue.
Okay. Okay. So I am connected. All right.
Okay, I think it's freezed.
Yeah, but your screen is freezed. We are not seeing the operations that you are doing.
How about now?
No, friend. Okay, but any which ways, I think, yeah, now it is working.
The print statement, try to change it to underneath F. Correct?
Okay. This one?
Yeah. Move it. F underneath F, it should be there. One step. It's not.
It is not.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
you
This
write.
one?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
Let me
I
execute.
guess that first print, second print.
Yeah. So this is what I was looking at.
Yeah. This is how it has to print actually.
It's probably the indentation issue.
Yeah.
Are you able to see my screen all right now?
And now it's fine. Now it's fine.
Yeah.
You can maximize it a little bit. It's good. The code and it's fine.
Yeah.
Minimize it otherwise.
Should I maximize or should I minimize?
Minimize. Code and output. You guys can see the code and the output. Yeah. So here friends, for I in the range of 1, 13. So for I is equal to 1, j will run for 10 times. Then I becomes 2, j will run for 10 times. For I is equal to 3, j will run for 10 times. Like that, 10 times 100. This is what we are looking for. Right? So in each iteration of any inner loop, we are calculating the multiplication of two numbers. We are printing a table up to 10. So the inner loop is executing 10 times and it's printing multiplication table up to 10. Okay. So it's like friends, it's very common and it's very helpful to use one type of loop inside another. Right? We can put a while loop inside a for loop. While with for is what we have seen. While with for is also possible. For with while is also possible. That's where we call them as nested loops. Right? So when you want multiple iterations of one particular task to be completed, we have to go for loops. So we'll continue with the same. Okay. Next, maybe on Monday, right? We'll connect on Monday. So thank you all for joining in once again, and please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Please do watch the recorded at least if you get time, make out some time. So it will be really helpful to you people to understand things in a better way. Right? Please follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. Happy learning, friends, and happy weekend.
Click on the bell icon to receive the notification on our future videos and live sessions. You'll get notification on them, and you can also be on a waiting list, and then you can join the sessions when they are live.
Okay. So happy learning, happy weekend.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Keep practicing and keep practicing, friends. Bye. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Thank you everyone for joining. You all have a good day.